Hi, and welcome to the I See Potential podcast with your host
Jake.
and Christine. It's been a while, hasn't it, Jake?
It's been many moons since we last talked. And that's not because we didn't want to, because we have had a secret podcast before, but unfortunately, because of COVID, which we are blaming, we had multiple and a multitude worth of technical problems.
So we're just here trying it again, making sure that we get something out and hopefully it's of decent quality.
Oh, of course.
But don't blame us, blame Rona.
Yeah, blame Corona. Like, we've got the Corona Pass still. Like, I think we can use it for another couple months. Then come after us after a couple months.
As long as we're still rating things in terms of like tiers or like Nando's hot sauce levels, I think we're allowed to blame it for as long as we live.
Of course. A lot, and I mean a lot, has changed since we last spoke on this podcast. Me and Christina spoke outside of this podcast, but a lot has changed.
Yeah, so do you care to share your news first or like who's
Well,
going first?
I think there's many a thing that we need to talk about. Sorry, I sound quite far away. I just was doing some roll on. I don't know why, but I had to put on some deodorant for the podcast, even though I'm in my room on my own and no one can hear me or see me or smell me. Um, but
I can smell you from here.
Ah! Christine! I think from our last podcast, we are both employed.
Yes.
You didn't think I'd bring it? You forgot about that, didn't you?
Sometimes I forget I'm employed. Yes, I do.
It's been a hot minute since we was last
Yeah,
spoken
so what
to.
else is new?
I feel like being employed's a big deal, Christine. We'll go to the next thing after the employment.
Yeah, but I'm dying for you to share your news.
I'll get it out of the way. Yeah, so I have got a scrumptious little date on Saturday coming up.
Woo woo! He put himself out there and we love it for him.
I did. And do you remember that one podcast where Christine slated OkCupid? She's got some news as well.
Well, it's not because of OK
It is
Cupid
so because of
itself.
OkCupid and their matching systems. And it was because of OkCupid because they brought you together.
Well, I might have a boyfriend who I started talking to via OkCupid, but we both swiftly deleted the app afterwards, not because we found each other, but we both just thought the interface was bad.
Oh, yeah. But it did its job. You evenly matched with someone they thought was perfect for you. And I've seen them both together. They are very adorable, and I think it's such a cute relationship. And it's nice to see Christine happy again.
Oh, thank you. And also, Harry and Meghan, eat your heart out. We're coming for you.
Oh yeah, like they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing on the Christine. What's your like ship name?
I don't think we have one. It'd be very short, like
Yeah, I think you need to come up with one.
Alstein. Alstein?
Oh my god, I'm burping every 5 seconds. I'm so sorry. Alstein. Alstein.
Alstein.
That sounds like
Yeah,
a
or like Chrysander.
chrysander. Yeah, chrysanthemum. The flower.
Chrysanthemum. Oh. I was like, eh?
¿Por qué?
I even pronounce is it even pronounced like
No,
that?
no, it's not. In my head, it is.
No one.
I have so many words I just pronounce wrong, Christine, and like very few people call me out. My boys call me out on it, and I get very annoyed because sometimes I just do not know how to speak.
How dare they though? It's
Nah,
not their place.
they can call me out all they want. But yeah, we are employed. We are successfully dating. Compared to our last podcast, I think we're on the up and up.
We've leveled up for
We
definite.
we have leveled up times 50. Like, if you told Jake, like, from the last podcast, this is where he'd be right now, like, I'd be like, mate, you're joking. You're in a drunken state.
I'd say people were lying if they said I got into a relationship.
Oh yeah, because you were so. I remember going on. Me and Christine used to go for walks when it was summer, when it was nice outside, and she used to just always say, "Jake, do you know what? It's not my time. Do you know what? I'm still in my hoe phase. Hoe phase part two, the remix. You know, I gotta live my life. I can't have anyone tie me down." And then, come September, October, boom, pow, 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 in a relationship.
Sometimes it's like someone just comes along and, they just kind of latch onto you and you're like, ah, shit. Like, I'm kind of attached to. Like, it's like having the flu, you know? It just doesn't go away straight away. And then
No,
you just have to commit to a lower quality of life where you just have the flu.
yeah, but it's kind of like a good flu where one of the side effects is like being happy.
Yeah, I guess you do have that. Like, he isn't the flu, he's something positive, but I don't have good analogies when it comes to men, okay? They're all just negative because of all the other experiences.
Yeah, which there's a
Oh,
lot
I've
of
just realized
experiences.
something.
What?
I also published a book, didn't
Oh yeah,
I?
Christine published a fucking book. I've got it with me right now. Let me try and I'll read you an excerpt. Let me get it. It's in my bookcase at the moment.
It's called This Ain't It, Chief, and that's one of the things that's happened ever since we've been away.
Yeah. Okay. I've got the book right here. I will read the opening paragraph, if that is all right with you, Christine, and your publisher.
Go ahead. The publisher has okayed it because she's also called Christine.
Okay. So, Chapter 1, Introduction of This Ain't It, Chief. Dear men, we have hit a wall when it comes to dating you beautiful creatures. We are tired and frustrated when it comes to dealing with your kind in this world of dating. So it's time to put the mirror up to you and show you where it's all going wrong. I know as women we're not blameless, but most romantic problems stem from you, and it's time for you to fix up. Love, the author Christine. Very good.
Because I'm just telling it like it is.
I will post a link to the book in the description. Very definitely worth a read. It is kind of like a modern dating guide for men written by a woman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you just want to know what your counterparts have been up to, that makes us say men are trash or I hate men, then you can read this and have some understanding and then realize whether you are that kind of man that is indeed trash
Yeah.
or you're the good kind that needs to come around and show us, like, listen, babes, I know you've been through shit, but look at me. I ain't shit. Well, no, not I ain't shit, because if you say you ain't shit, then I'm gonna be there like, okay, then leave me alone. But you get me.
Yeah, I get yours. Well, I think what I like about the book is it shows. I feel like men and like, especially, I don't actually. I'm not speaking on behalf of all men. I'm not speaking to all men, but the men in my life, I feel like have such a swayed view on how women view sex. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's nice to see like their reactions to when like a woman like you brings up this kinds of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Like, we're not afraid of sex. We're not afraid of,
Exactly.
like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, but
casual
like,
affairs and
I know
stuff.
some people in my life, some of the men in my life that like they have that air around them. It's kind of like when old people have sex. It's kind of like, you know, it's on the download, but it's always happening. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Not to make that
Yeah.
comparison. That was actually probably the worst comparison.
Yeah, but I understand what you mean. It's kind of like it's something that's happening, but it's not really talked about. So people don't have a full-on view of it and how it
Yeah.
kind of works
Mm.
within that realm for those people.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Man, I am the worst. If I was in like a debate club, I'd be out in a minute, a hot minute.
Well, they'd have you there just to, like, distract the other team by looking at you, you know?
Don't say that. But yeah, I've got a date coming up, which is big. I think
Yeah,
this is
so you excited?
I'm nervous. I'm also kind of trying to self sabotage already.
How?
Well, I don't actually know. It's not self-sabotage, but I think I'm trying to, I was looking up like the laws at the moment because there's so many different laws going around COVID, and I don't know if Northampton households are allowed to mix with Birmingham households.
He could be your new support bubble.
I know, but like people are getting fined, Christine, and I've only just started my job and I can't afford money.
He's like, I can't afford a fine.
Yeah.
Well,
That's if that
I'm
happens. I
sure.
don't know. I need to do some more research into it, and I obviously need to bring it up with him.
Yeah, I'd say just have a chat about it before you commence so you can kind of like work your way through it.
Definitely. Well, I'll probably be sending him this podcast anyway, so he'll know about it. It's not self sabotage. I am actually genuinely, because my mum was talking to me about it. I said I was going outside, and she's all like, "Where you going?" I was like, "Coventry." She's like, "Well, be careful. People are getting fined. You're not allowed to move outside of Birmingham. We're in a zone 3 or something like that." Which sounds very post-apocalyptic, right? We are in zone 3 of
Oh,
Birmingham. Please do not leave your
so
house.
much of it feels so like just dystopian novel.
Yeah.
I just switch on the news, social media, whatever it is, and I'm just there like ready to like just throw my phone away because I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm I'm I'm
It's
done.
exhausting. Like, I feel like the early
2020.
20s of a human's life, especially nowadays, is supposed to be living it to the full. Like, this summer, I wish I could have had, like, a camping trip somewhere or, like, gone out and, like, this. And then Christmas is obviously going to be on hold. It'll be interesting. And then New Year's, which is always a big thing for me because it's like, New Year's for me is, like, one of the only times that, like, all my friends will meet up. So
Yeah.
it'll be so interesting. Well, it's not going to be interesting. It's going to be so depressing if some of that gets cancelled and Christmas gets cancelled. But it's needed, so like I can't feel. Although I mourn it, I'm not feeling bad about it.
Yeah, I just kind of wish we're in Australia or like New Zealand,
Oh yeah,
you
they
know,
just
places that are like,
cut it off instantly. Yeah, there's no bullshit. There's no trying to protect businesses and shit. Oh.
no. But a part of me is just there, like, we're doing the same thing in order to do what? It's going to be the same consequences as last time.
Legit.
Numbers will go down, everything will open back up, numbers will go up again. We haven't effectively
Stopped it.
got this working. No.
Yeah. Do you think we're ever going to get
That's
it
why I'm
stopped? I
just
mean, I think
happy.
they're always going to be there. The cases are always going to be there, as with most of these, is until they find a cure. But that's what I was thinking about this the other day. Like, do you know, like anti-vaxxers and stuff like that? What?
Yeah.
How they're going to approach this? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. They're probably already thinking, do you know what? This is all fake government bullshit. Blah 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 blah. But like the ones who probably do think it's real, like, would they go for a vaccine? If you was an anti-vaxxer, would you go for a vaccine for COVID?
Well, I would never be an anti-vaxxer,
Yeah, but
but
in
like,
in do you know the theory of like multiple universes? In the multiple universe where you are an anti-vaxxer,
would she? I reckon I'd be too true to my anti-vaxxer ways that I couldn't do it.
yeah,
Yeah, and then I'd just have to die and let my kids die because I don't give a shit.
it confuses me. I don't know how I get into that headspace, but it is how they want to live, and like,
Or don't want to live.
or don't want to live.
But
I can't. I don't want to. Yeah, it's not my place to judge them.
no, but instead of judging the anti-vaxxers for the nut jobs that they are, how about we talk about some fantasies in our lives? You know, you did talk about some parallel universes, and I'm pretty sure in a parallel universe, you're in a fantasy relationship of your dreams, like your
In an
ultimate,
alternative
ultimate
universe,
dreams.
Christine, we are going out right now, and this we're having our wedding on this very day, and there's no COVID.
Ah, I know,
That's just one of the
it's such a
universes.
beautiful day.
It's
So, what is a fantasy relationship for you?
um okay. Can I get real? So
Get real.
I have had so many unrequited relationships in my head over my adolescence. Like being a little, a little gay boy without any, relationships of my own. I did have one, but unfortunately that didn't work out. Um, I think to deal with that, my head must have created so many relationships, or like to just deal with being alone. Do you know what I mean? God, this got really,
No, I
really
totally
deep there.
understand.
So like, I've had so many unrequited relationships within my head that I just
Yeah.
can't help. I just can't help. And trust me, they are not healthy. If you are listening to this and what I just said like resonates with you, it is not healthy behavior in the slightest, because you will start making up stuff in your head and you'll start trying rationalizing things that aren't there. Like I've done that before,
Mm.
and it is the worst because it will ruin relationships. It will ruin, like, in university I had this guy called Tom, and we were like bestest of friends, and I kind of fell for him, and in my head I made this, at the time I was just kind of like, Tom like must like me, even though he said he's straight multiple times. It was like, Tom must like me, that's why he's so close with me. And I think that's where it comes in. And then I make this scenario in my head where it does work out. Looking, this is me reflecting back on it. At the time I wasn't planning it like, yeah, blah blah blah, but like in my head, when I was in that place, I was just kind of like creating this storyline. And it's weird to think, because now we don't speak, and like he was such a big part of my life for like 2 years. The same when I was in college, I did something with a guy called Ethan. He was beautiful though, like, oh my god, one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen. um yeah, and it's self-sabotage. Have you ever had a unrequited relationship? Last.
I've had a lot of them, like where it's just kind of like in my head, I might think it's a little bit more than what it actually is. But I've also just had, those instances when you kind of meet a stranger and you're just there thinking like, damn, maybe we could be so happy together just because you vibe so well. But usually, like, I am very good at just telling myself to snap out of something and let myself know that no, you're just being a bit deluded. But there were a few instances in my life where, yeah, maybe I was wanting something more, but also the people I was dealing with were definitely pretending like they could give more at the time. So it wasn't all in my head. It was kind of like a mixture of wanting more and then having someone sometimes give you more, but then take it away,
Yeah,
which again is men.
I get that. Like, I think I can deal with that. I think I can understand. Well, I can relate that to something that I've been through with, like, so in when we were kids, when we were in secondary school, me and Christine, one of my first ever relationship. I don't like to call it. Well, it was a relationship. We were together for a month, and I was 13, and this guy decided to dump me and then come out as he was straight again, and then he got with a girl straight after. Plus, that girl was my best friend's at the time's current crush, which was like, it was messy. So like, I get what you mean, like the whole mind games of like using you for just like a bit, or like when it suits them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's always difficult to have that, isn't it?
Definitely.
Because you think you're on the same page as someone, and then nope, that was all in your head, your fantasy. And you're like,
Yeah.
but I thought we were in this together.
Together.
What happened to High School Musical?
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, I thought we were Sharpay and Ryan, but it looks like we're Zeke and Sharpay, because they didn't get together, did they?
No,
But
but
Zeke
he always
really
wanted her,
liked
didn't he?
Sharpay, yeah, and Sharpay kind of like dragged him on.
Yeah, she'd kind of like give him a little bit and then be like, no, I'm all right. Not you, not today.
Matt, can we talk about how cooked Sharpay got?
How cooked.
Yeah, like she got like fucked over in the movies.
Well, she was a bit of an heiress.
She was okay. Take it from the first. Take it from the first movie. Like, she's leader of the drama club. Have been for like 5 years, done every production. Suddenly,
But there's like 2 people in the drama club.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's 2 people in the drama club. No one else wants to join. Then suddenly, some people join up, and they take her from her throne, and like, she can't do it. She's nothing in the end. Like, she's not even part of the bloody show, the Summertime Musical, and it's so sad. And in the second one, she gives everyone a job, and blows up in her face. I mean, although it was kind of bitchy that she wanted to use Troy, but also she tried to get Troy a scholarship with the top basketball players in the world, and he was a dick to her. Like, Christine, come on.
But he didn't like her.
It doesn't matter, Christine. If you were in like secondary school and one of our really rich friends goes to you, so like, oh, your favourite writers are here, Christine. They're coming to talk to you about this opportunity I can give you. You ain't gonna be like, together, together, together. And you're gonna be like, fuck y'all, I'm off to fucking write in New York. Right?
Well, I don't know if they would have let me go to New York at 16, but yeah,
But you know the
I'd very
concept.
much say,
And in
bad
the
bitches.
third one, oh my god, she goes to fucking community college. She worked her ass off and she went to community college. I mean, Ryan deservedly got to the
Maybe
thing.
she didn't get the grades.
I feel like she got the grades. I feel like she's one to get the grades. She's a smart bitch.
I don't think, no, she didn't strike me as intelligent, but she did strike me as like,
Cunning.
she was smart in terms of people, manipulative,
Yeah.
She knows people. She doesn't know her books.
True.
And
I
that's
really-
why.
I gravitate towards them female characters. I don't know why. Like,
Why do you love the bitches?
it's not necessarily bitches. I think it's just more like the people who know people and know their way around.
Oh, okay, I get that.
Like like
To be
Angelica
fair, when I
from
look
Rugrats.
back,
Yeah.
okay, now that one's just bad vibes. I'm sorry.
What about the
That
unibrow
one I
girl from Hey Arnold? I loved her.
Helga.
I felt, come on, how you not feeling bad for Helga? She was crazy, but like, she was crazy in love.
That's a stalker right there. That's 999.
Do you remember she had the fucking
Help.
watermelon? With the
Like,
fucking-
that's, excuse me, there is this deranged girl that is out to get me. Please send help.
Oh, she didn't have to come together with her feelings, but like, I get her in the sense that like back when we were that age, God knows what we would. Oh, we were all messed up. Like, it's a different ball game. You're in a completely different world, and you have a completely different worldview as well. It's weird.
And also, I'm pretty sure back then we let a lot of things slide because we didn't know any better that all that shit was toxic.
Exactly. Oh man, it's weird.
But as I grew, I learned the things that were toxic. And guess what I did?
Bye.
I learned to
moving.
capitalize on them.
Oh wait, no,
No.
that's better. With the R, with the this ain't it, Chief Book.
Like I said, women aren't blameless.
Yeah. So if
Nah,
you,
it's like I have used toxicity to my advantage, though.
yeah,
I can't lie.
I don't. What do you mean by that? I don't understand.
It's like, do you know, like, so when you know how to play the game, sometimes you use what you know about it in order to have things suit you. So maybe there's been instances where something isn't going my way. So I use the tool book of my knowledge of past experiences or knowing how guys might react to something in order to get what I want.
I get you now. I use a different approach. So
Yeah.
my natural defense for when like something like that comes up is to just act a fool. Do you know what I mean? Because people view me as quite, I'm gonna say unintelligent, but duncy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
bit fraggle-minded. So like, if I don't understand something or I do get angry at something, I'm just like, I can't be dealing with this. I just like, oh, I don't really understand, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
people have that perception of me. It's easy for I could just swipe it off So I get what you're saying that side. Like, I do have like certain tactics that I will use to get out of situations I'm not comfortable for.
Yeah, like I've been fully wrong and doubled down and, made them think that they were wrong. But realistically, I was just covering my own ass.
Yeah, you got to do stuff like that. Oh, another one I do. Sometimes I'll just act like I will self-sabotage. If someone's angry at me, I will then be more angry than them at myself, because then it makes them feel bad. Do you know what I mean? Is that bad? Is that psychotic?
That's like textbook manipulation, but we move.
Well, it's just
think
that
the
I
thing
just
is, like,
cannot deal with the conflicts. I'm just like, anything to de-escalate this, I will do it.
no, I totally understand you. Like, obviously, like, I'm not perfect, but I do try to be less toxic and whatnot. But sometimes it's like, do you know when you meet someone and you're just there like, rah, you're trying to play game on me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not having this. So guess what? I'm gonna run game on you because your feelings that you currently have towards me aren't right in terms of like you're mad at me. Now I'll give me to be mad me something to be mad about. So then you then feel bad because I'm not having anyone feel mad at me. No.
Yeah. It's weird as well, because like when we do these kinds of things, I don't know if it's for you, but I never do it intentionally. It's just kind of like an instinct. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's just something you do because like it's become a habit.
Yeah.
Realistically, like that's how you're used to handling things. Like if someone pisses you off, you do a certain thing. If someone upsets you, you do a certain thing. If someone challenges you, you do a certain thing. So we just kind of feed off our behaviors and we learn something new each time we do them.
Definitely.
So obviously, like if I do it this one way and I see that it's more effective than when I did it that one way, then I'll focus on how to like improve that level of like, manipulation or whatever in order to get what I want, which isn't right.
No. Here's the thing.
It is the reality.
Everyone manipulates. I know everyone in my life manipulates in some sort of way, in some sort of deal. No one does not manipulate. The only people that don't, even my fucking 5-year-old cousin will manipulate. Like people like feel bad for manipulating, but don't feel bad that you have manipulated. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because it is a natural thing, and it is a natural way that we as people deal with relationships with other people. It has to be like, if everyone went out of their way and like told everyone they feel like straight to their face, things would just go it would go tits up messy.
Yeah, this is the thing I also tell myself, like the things that I do, they usually have good intention. Like I'm not bad vibes.
Exactly.
Typically, I do falter, but most of the things I do aren't to like be bad or to hurt other people. So like I try and remind myself that even when I act a little bit wayward. But I'm not going to give away all my secrets just in case my boyfriend's listening, because I don't need him to capitalize on this.
I don't think we've given out any secrets today anyway. It's just,
well, I've I've told him how I argue my style. Yeah. He might start picking up on it.
Please do not. This is all hypothetical. None of this is real. We are speaking hypothetically.
Yeah. So speaking of hypothetical, then, who would your like ultimate fantasy relationship be with, and like why do you think they'd be the person out of everyone you choose to be in like a fake relationship with? Like, it can be me if you want it to be.
This is the thing. Like I could give you a million looks wise. Like I could give you blah 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 blah. I could give you so many that I'd love to be in a fantasy relationship looks wise, but I don't know any of these people. I don't know what our dynamics are like. I don't know what I don't know how we would clash. I don't know what it would be like. So when it comes to my fantasy relationship, What's your one? I want to see what you say first.
Okay, so mine definitely goes off that bat of kind of like the aesthetically pleasing, and then there's just like little qualities that I've kind of seen within like the persona that they present. So obviously they can be a completely different person, and I could be blindsided by how awful they are. But on an aesthetic level, I am a fan of Maluma in terms of how he looks, how he presents himself. I also love the fact that, he's from Latin American culture. He's from Colombia, and I myself have studied Spanish and I quite enjoy languages. So I feel like he's someone I could learn quite a lot from. Like we could speak Spanish together. We could raise children with dual nationalities. They learn about Colombia, they learn about Zimbabwe, they learn about England. And, they're these little beautiful, like well cultured babies, and he seems like quite an amiable, quite a chill guy. So I feel like it'd be like easy breezy banter. He can also sing, so he can just sing to me. Like we could be mid argument, he starts singing to me, and I'll be like, you know what, babes, let's just hug it out. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
And he's also slightly taller than me, which is rare for a Colombian man. So, like, he's up there.
Yeah.
And also, he's rich.
Of course. I mean, money, obviously.
I'd be made.
Exactly. I'd just say Jeff Bezos just because he's that rich. I mean, you're sorted. You could just do whatever you want.
Yeah, but, like, he looked like a boiled egg.
Yeah, but the money's worth it for 50 billion or whatever it is. You could literally get billions. Let's have one second.
I'm gonna shake my tail feather.
Bezos. Oh yeah, he does look like a boiled egg. He's not that bad.
Yeah,
he's not the worst
I
looking.
don't see it. He's not the worst looking, but he's not the best looking. And I feel like I want someone that's still relatively young. No, American.
Ew.
Like I want someone that's relatively young. Ugh, he's just gross looking.
He's alright.
And he seems so awkward and just ugh. Like Maluma's only 26, and 26 is like my ideal age.
Maluma's only 26. I thought he was like 32. Maluma.
Just they're like, no, he's been making music since he was like 18 or something like that.
He looks adult. But then I was thinking about this the other day, like I think when you become a celebrity and you're in the spotlight, they make you more older than you seem. Why is that?
Oh yeah, like Cardi B's only 28, and I was just there like, sis feels like she has an older soul.
Yeah.
Like she was our age when she brought out Bodak Yellow. What am I doing?
Do you know the picture? Do you know the picture of the wet WAP?
Yeah.
I thought that was Nicki when I first saw it. Because it had the Nicki, the signature like eyes. Do you know the hard shadow? And then they had the tongue out and I was all like, that's a Nicki. But it wasn't Nicki, it was Cardi. I got so confused, Christine.
Are you sure it wasn't Nicki, or it might have been Megan?
Who's Megan?
Because there's two of them.
I thought they were both Nicki.
No.
I thought one was Nicki and one was Cardi. Wait, I'm going to send you the photo.
You probably
Tell me this does
Meg
not
the
look
Stallion.
Like... You gotta. They look similar.
I think you thought Meg the Stallion was Nicki.
Yeah. One sec, let me get it.
Yeah.
I'm on our Discord. I'm posting it now.
Like, I know which picture you mean.
Yeah. Let me try and get a picture of Nicki. They're very similar in the sense of the music they make. Do you know, like, it is, like, about sex.
It's like nasty girl rap.
Yeah.
That's what it... we're here to just talk about getting our cakes pounded and giving it to him good, because guess what? We're allowed to enjoy sex too.
Exactly.
Don't you just love it when women can enjoy it too?
Imagine if Wet Pussy was released 50 years ago.
They'd be like, there is no such thing. All pussies must be dry and only wet when a baby is coming out.
They got a dry pussy with like a nun's outfit every time it gets wet.
Yeah. It can only be wet when the baby is coming out because the water has broken and the baby needs to squeeze its big head out.
Thinking about it though, like, bruh, 50 years ago, I'd be like criminalized and you'd be trying to fight for your rights. Like, to like be a person.
We're
Like,
still trying to fight for our
no, but
rights.
like, do you know
And
what I
you're
mean?
still criminalized.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, in a sense that like, it's come a long way.
Where we are
Yeah.
here, yeah. So where
Like,
we are
so
here, we'd be
crazy.
struggling. But to think us, if you just placed yourself in just a completely different country or me in a different
Yeah,
country, we're back to
we'd be
50
done.
years
Yeah,
ago.
it would be 50 years ago. That's crazy. And like, I'm trying to plan a holiday with my friends at the moment, and they're like, "Let's go Turkey." And we're like, "I can't go Turkey."
So I can't live
Like
my
I,
best gay life there.
like I'm pretty sure their laws aren't for it, right? Let's have a look.
To be fair, someone I know went with their boyfriend to Turkey.
Where is it illegal to be gay? Let's see.
In my pants, because guess what? We're strictly dickly. She's just naughty sometimes.
She is naughty. Face some challenges
But
not
she's
experienced by no.
behaving now.
Turkey is more liberal than the places in the Middle East. Same-sex legalized in the Ottoman Empire. Same-sex activity was legalized in the Ottoman Empire back in like
That's a long time
1858.
ago.
Yeah, and then it was like redone, and it was like what? Yeah,
You know what?
LGBT
In
were
some
widely
places,
reported to
it
experience
wasn't
discrimination.
illegal until Christianity came about.
That's weird. That's like, I mean, back in Rome and all that, like, oh my god, we would have slayed in Rome. Well, I think I would have slayed in Rome. What did the Romans think of black people?
I don't know.
That's a weird one, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they like? Do you think they went over?
I don't think they reached. No, I don't think they reached at all.
Because they definitely got to Italy, and Italy's just just above, right?
No, so like Spain is closer to Africa.
Oh damn! Let me Google map it. You
Yeah,
know I'm
because
not a geography
remember,
boy.
it's like a big drop down.
Oh yeah, true. There's
So like,
wow, Gibraltar's like right there, like right on the fucking next to it.
yeah, so like Morocco has Spanish territory in it
Yeah.
called Ceuta. I've been to Morocco. So that's just like the top of Africa where they're a little bit more Araby in those areas in terms of like ethnicity, race, ethnic. I'm trying to think race, ethnicity, nationality. They're three very different things, but everyone gets them confused. But race-wise, in that part of Africa, they don't tend to be black. It's when you start getting to like east, west, and then south.
But back in them
Sub-Saharan.
days when it was like Rome times,
They didn't reach that far.
they didn't.
No.
Do you know what? Props to like Egyptians, Libyans, Malis, all the middly bits for like living in deserts and stuff. Like, I can't wrap my head around it, Christine. It amazes me. Like props to them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, it's just a matter of it's the dust. It's the dust. I'll just be there like, oh, it's gone into my eyes. It's a bit windy. I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah.
I'm very much into convenience, you know?
Is the deserts in Nigeria?
There'll be like lands where it's just kind of like, I guess, like dusty lands because we've got like areas in Zimbabwe. We've got like savanna land, and then we've got just like some plain parts as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's mainly like savanna land. If it gets windy though, it's not fun.
Oh my god! I just realised.
What?
I said you were from Nigeria, not Zimbabwe. I completely forgot. Why did I say Nigeria? I think it's because I was looking at Nigeria.
I didn't think you were assuming I was from there. I just thought you thought like you were thinking like you were going further into Africa,
Well,
trying
that's
to
because
like
I'm on
pick out
satellite
different
view at the
countries.
moment. I just wanted you to know that I didn't. Oh, I didn't think you was from Nigeria. I'm on satellite view because you paused for a sec. I was just kind of like, did she think of that? I thought, oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you thought that.
No, I was just thinking about like the terrain in different parts of Africa and like,
Yeah, it's so
but
diverse.
no, it is quite diverse, like many different languages just within like one country, let alone the rest of them.
It's weird to think. Well, it's not weird to think, but like, so Africa's got like a very dry, a hot place, and then you come to England, it's just wet. We just get wet, and then like
The
Norway and
thing
Russia
is,
is just cold, but America's got everything. They got the wet, they got the dry, they got the desert. Like they got a good deal. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like the
the
Native
weather is
Americans have a good
actually a
deal.
lot more diverse in
Is
Africa
it?
than
Oh,
people
tell me.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like I remember my mum said that she once saw snow in Zimbabwe like back in 94.
yeah.
Like
Damn.
remember like Africa's a huge continent and then obviously there's the equator line and then things fall into the southern hemisphere.
Yeah,
So like because of that, your areas like South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Mozambique, uh, Zambia and Angola towards like the south of them, they have much more of a variety of weather because they're
yeah.
not just like dead in the middle.
Hmm.
So obviously it's just hotter in general because even their southern tip isn't as close to the South Pole as, England's northern tip is.
Yeah.
But they still get various temperatures and climates.
Hmm.
And
Well,
it does
there's
rain.
yeah.
It's just harder for
Does
the
it?
central.
Is it like a humid rain, or is it like a light rain, or is it like just varied?
So it tends to be like heavy seasonal rains,
Oh, that's the
but it
best
also
rain though.
depends where you are.
Yeah.
Some areas have monsoon climate, which isn't good.
Yeah. Anything with the although we shut on England, I give it for its lack of environmental and nature disasters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the most we ever had was flooding,
Yeah.
and that didn't even happen here.
Mm.
Oh, we had a tornado in 2007
Was it
that did reach
big?
Birmingham.
Is it big? Did it do anything?
Um, just so like it tore a bit of our church roof. That's what I remember from back in the day.
Oh damn. Do
But
I
we
always
just get
wonder?
really inconvenient winds, don't we?
Yeah. I,
Which is just a bit shit.
That's weird. Like looking at the map, obviously, you guys know I'm dumb as a doorstep. I didn't know China had a load of deserts.
To be fair, neither did I. I think sometimes for China, the less I know, the better.
Yeah, it's so big. Like Russia, Russia and China are like the big boys, biggie boys. Like, and it's just
Yeah.
so weird to think. I mean, Russia's. There's got to be places we haven't explored or like been, like in
Oh,
Russia.
definitely.
Just looking at how
But
huge it is.
also,
Oh my god,
I don't think anyone wants to because the fear of the unknown. And also, the
would get
Siberian desert's
arrested.
quite.
Would get put in. Would be put in prison. Yeah, that as well. Wait, are Russians?
I'm pretty
Are they racist? Not saying all Russians are
sure.
racist, but what's their laws around it? Do you know what I mean? Like, sorry, I am terrible.
So there's certain areas that I've just marked down as don't go
Yeah.
for the fear of your safety.
Mm.
It's one of them.
Ah. Yeah. I feel I can second that. Not that you need it seconded, but like, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, with all thing, it is only just a minority. Like, unfortunately, one of their
Yeah.
leaders are in charge that do enforce and push this kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, there's good people everywhere. It's not. Obviously, I don't want to group everyone together.
No, I think it's just one of those where I think they just don't. they're not as welcoming to people who aren't ethnically Russian, you know?
Yeah.
And for a lot of them, they just are unaware
Yeah.
of certain kinds of people, so they won't be as perceptive to, different people.
I get yous. World's weird. I'd love to get out of England. I love England. It's a very diverse place with a lot of different cultures and a lot of different cultures coming together. Like, obviously from colonization, or a lot of people bringing people over, etc., and so on forth. But like, it's kind of made this crock pot of like loads of different things, and it's kind of, I kind of like it. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of nice. Obviously, the
Yeah,
origins of this is bad, but I kind of like the how what happened. It's not a negative outcome. It's a positive one.
like the result of it. You
Yeah,
love the
I
diversity.
love the diversity. It's and we're just a little small. We're just a little small island, and there's so much diversity. I mean, obviously, there's work to be done, as with everything. But yeah,
Indeed.
the diversity, I do rate it. What do you think's like the most like forward thinking country?
I definitely have to do my research if I was to answer that, because have you not seen the news lately? It's a shit show
It
everywhere.
is a shit show everywhere. To be fair, I'd say Scandinavia because they always seem like they got good shit going
No,
on. But like, I'm not. I still need to see stuff. Scandinavia.
I think with them
Is that?
and race, they're still not like in the best of place.
Ah, I feel yous.
Like they can learn, they are equipped to learn, but I think obviously they're just not as, you know, because they just don't have as many people.
Yeah,
So xenophobia and like racism is reported in areas like Sweden and stuff.
yeah. Damn. Oh, man, if we could put ourselves, would you put yourself in a freezer to go forward like 200 years and see what happens?
Nah.
I think I would, just to be
That
like,
far forward.
be like something to do. Just be like, something to do.
Just need an excursion for
Yeah, man.
today.
Just let
Like,
me
should
let
I
me have a
just
day
go
off,
down to
please.
200 years later?
I feel like we went very well. I think I steered this to a very political place. I'm very sorry, Christine.
We were just trying to talk about fantasy people we've been in relationships with, and now you've got me thinking about the end of the world.
Yeah, but who would be my fantasy relationship? You said Maluma. I mean, looks wise for me, it's got to be like probably Nick Jonas.
Nick Jonas, okay.
I think. I mean, I just think he's epitomately just. I think he's textbook handsome.
But
Um,
have you seen his nipples?
I like that. That's quite.
I'm pretty sure that was photoshopped as well, his nipples.
Yeah, but I think he's just
Actually, no,
very aesthetically pleasing. There's obviously Darren Criss, who is
like
amazingly
a
beautiful.
firework.
He is. Um,
Gay in gay in theory, but straight in practice.
of course. But yeah. Otherwise than that, it's hard for me to think about like fantasy relationship with someone other than like the people in my life that I have had them unrequited relationships with. I'm not sure who. Probably, I'd like a
Hmm.
streamer. I'd like a streamer boyfriend. I'd like a YouTuber boyfriend. I'd love to be a YouTuber couple. Is that weird?
A little bit, like I don't know. There's something about YouTube couples that I feel like we should dive into one of these days, because there's a lot about them that I think always unravels or feels false or fake or just kind of like too
Something
much.
happens. Yeah, like something
Yeah, but I
wrong
feel like
happens.
that's a yeah, it's not even about just something wrong. It's just how sometimes they'll present themselves full on knowing that things are going wrong, or like, you know, there's a lot I could say about it, but I'll keep my opinions to myself for now because I'm not trying to drag these YouTube couples that exist,
Of course.
if they're even couples.
That's the truth. But yeah, fantasy
And I,
working with fantasy wife. Definitely, I'd love to be a streamer or a YouTuber couple. That I'd love to be a creative duo. Do you know what I mean by that?
I get that. Kind of like you build together, you make
Yeah. Oh my
together.
god. If I had like a camera person, boyfriend, or relationship, or like whatever, like, and we did like duo and we started making productions and stuff, like, bruh, that would be so good. That, or like we do games, we try and make games together. I like the idea of showing our relationship and showing the energy we give off in like a creative space.
I understand that. I think it's nice to have that thing in common with the person that you're with. I think
Yeah.
that's why I chose Maluma because it's like he is a creative in his own right because he's a musician and you have to think about your words. And I love thinking about my words. And then, like, I know there's something about, creatives that's always like, it sparks a little bit of joy. Like, ooh, there's something about you that I just can't quite figure out. Like, when you say these words, like, what you mean? Who's it about? Like, who broke your heart? I just want to know.
Yeah.
I'm nosy like that as well.
It is. I think, yeah, a creative relationship, a creative duo, someone that can inspire me, but I also try to inspire them. Like, we just feed off each other. It's like an endless battery.
Yeah. So, fantasy relationships, you at least know what you want
Yeah,
in terms of the qualities. You just don't know who turns the
exactly. Maybe Saturday
aesthetics,
guy
and
will.
that's fine.
Maybe Saturday guy will be that guy. I have no idea. I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure on it
Pressure on it.
because I know how I get, and I don't want to ruin it or like
If need
psych
be,
myself out.
like just take a quick call with your dating guru, Christine, and she will help you navigate the ways of dating
Definitely,
life.
definitely. It'd be weird, like when it comes to dating. Like, as you know, I've never been in a relationship before. But do you know what actually is like kind of settling my nerves? He hasn't either. The person I'm meeting on Saturday.
Well, that's good. At least you're both on the same page and
Yeah.
can kind of be learning together.
Hmm. But it makes me nervous in the sense that like I always envisioned myself being with someone who could lead me into the life instead of like fumbling around and like wondering what's going to happen. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
envisioned being with someone who would um
Teach you kind
teach
of
me,
the
yeah.
ways
But
and
like, I'm
guide
not.
you.
Yeah, but yeah, that's basically, yeah. But I'm not like sad
I
that I'm with someone
understand
that
that.
I'm like we're gonna try and do it together because then we get to do it together and it's like weird. It's nice in the sense that
Yeah.
we get to discover stuff together. But yeah, maybe even if it goes wrong, which I'm not saying it's going to, but even if it does go wrong, like it'd be nice. It's just nice to do. It's nice to get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. And you can learn so much from, the experience in itself. And so I think sometimes it's comforting when you're learning what you do or don't like with someone who's also learning that at the same time. Because sometimes, like when you meet people, they already know what they like, what they do and don't want. And it's just a bit, it feels like there isn't as much room for exploration.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you become a tired old hag like myself. you know. I'm
yeah,
pretty much like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I'm willing to try. And then I think for some people, it will just take away most of like that mystery and stuff like that, purely because in my head, I'm like, I don't want to go through all that again because I've been through it. So you guys get that kind of like clean slate to just go through it, which is nice.
yeah. Like I was talking, me and Christina had a drink the other day, and I was explaining to her, I was like, I can't envision myself in a relationship. It's just that I have no idea what it is like to be in one, And that's sad. That's really sad. I have no idea what it is like to be in one. I don't understand how to function with another person like that. Um, yeah, so it'll be interesting to be in that mindset for once.
Yeah, it takes time to get used to. Like, I myself don't typically envision myself with people. I
Yeah,
envision myself around people, yeah.
mm,
Getting to know people, enjoying people for what they can give me.
definitely.
But very rarely do I actually let my guard down and just be there like me.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite important having that aspect of learning and just kind of getting to know what you're like with someone else.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, that's it. Sorry for that little technical difficulty, everyone. We're back now. Carry on.
so I think in terms of relationships and stuff like that, it is kind of nice to get to know who you are when you are with someone else,
Mm.
because you may think, oh, there isn't a difference, I'm the same exact person, but realistically you do change. You kind of see like how you adapt to someone else's needs or wants and desires, and how you adapt to having needs and desires, but you want them fulfilled by someone else, which is quite interesting and quite cool.
I
So
can't
even
wait.
if you have never seen yourself in that, it is very exciting. And I think
Definitely.
you're at that good stage of like getting to know yourself within that realm, which is quite fun.
Yeah. I can't. It's, as you said, it's very exciting. Um, and it'd be very entertaining. Or, like, not very, it's very entertaining to feel what it would be like with someone, but it will also be a weight off my head. Like, as you said, like having some of my needs and desires fulfilled by someone else. Because when you're single, like you're on your own, and there's a lot of pressure done by yourself to like try and keep yourself happy, try and keep yourself stable, try and like you have to be your own guiding light. But not saying if you're in a relationship you have to put 100% pressure on the other person, but it's nice to have that dynamic with someone where some of that pressure is lifted off, like you said.
Yeah, it is just nice having someone there. And I think that I can't wait to kind of see you go through it myself from my standpoint, because I feel like it's been a long time coming. And
Oh,
as you cheesed out over the fact that I've got a boyfriend, so guess what? I'm cheesing out over the fact that you've got a date.
oh god.
My
Oh, yeah,
husband has a date with another man.
but I've met your boyfriend, and he is a very nice gentleman.
He is a nice
They are a
gentleman
very
indeed.
beautiful couple, by the way. I'm just putting that one out there.
But I'm the cuter one, right?
Oh yeah, I posted on Christine's Instagram the other day. I was like, I can't decide who's cuter, and it's definitely Christine.
100% me.
200% you.
Oh, check you out.
I know.
But no, like I can't wait to hear more. And hopefully, the next time we record, you will have some tea for us, and I'll bring the biscuits.
Of course. Do you know what? I've just started having tea without sugar. Is that adult? Am I an adult now?
I think you might be.
That's like the most adult thing, having tea without sugar.
We'll have to ponder that.
But yeah, I
I
want
did
kind of.
have a black coffee yesterday
Oh my,
without
that's
anything.
more adult than tea without sugar. Jeez.
Yeah, I felt weird, but also like I didn't feel the need that I needed milk or sugar at that time.
Yeah.
I
But
just
yeah.
needed caffeine.
I kind of make this more of a weekly thing like we did back when Verona wasn't destroying our lives.
Yeah,
So yeah.
back
Because
to cycle to Jake.
we are in better places now, so we can definitely do it. There's nothing. Well, obviously there's things in the way, but there's nothing like major in the way. Like we did before Rona, we were single, we didn't have jobs, but now kind of all that's sorted itself out except for Roma. So we're definitely in a place to have no excuses. Talking to myself.
Yeah, we're just hoping that we're able to produce more content and chat to you guys as weekly as we can, like as often as we can.
definitely. Oh, I need to find the fucking intro music again because I can't remember what it is. But I'll just rip it from the podcast. Yes, Christine, give us the outro.
You've been seeing potential.
There's some potential here.
Does that one work?
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
work on that.
This has been the I See Potential Podcast, episode 8, with your hosts, Jake
and Christine.
It's been a pleasure having you here, and as always, we love you to bits.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Au revoir.
Adios.
Bye-bye.